Hey everyone, and welcome back to another BB2 devlog. This week I really want to finish and release an update to the Android alpha version and possibly also for iOS. Because after this video I'm gonna take a break from YouTube and focus 100% on the game, since these devlogs take a lot of time to make and I really like a few weeks of just developing the game before returning to YouTube. But I'll still be active on Discord, of course. Anyway, first thing I'm gonna do is to just remove the reflection shader from the floor because it's not very well optimized and some phones lag from it while others can't run the game at all. But I will bring it back in the future. I'm not that good at shaders myself, but I'm gonna hire someone to write one for me that is compatible with most phones, if that's even possible. So if you can do it or if you know someone that can do it, feel free to contact me. Otherwise, worst case scenario, I'll just make it an option in the main menu to turn it on or off. I'm also gonna remove the opponent team because I'm not ready yet to have them in the game. Since this update is mostly gonna be about customization and the practice mode here will just feature you and your teammate running around the court, passing and shooting the ball. I've also disabled dunking because I'm gonna rework it in the future since I wasn't happy with how I structured the code. I've made a list here of some tweaks that I want to make and some bugs that I need to fix before lunch, which actually is in 30 minutes, so I'd better hurry. Because this afternoon I'd like to do some quick work in the garden since it's nice weather today. So it all took a little bit longer than expected and it's now evening already, but I just want to make some plans for tomorrow before I stop for today. With most of the gameplay taken care of, I will go back and work on the customization. As you can see here, this isn't only a customization menu, but also a menu where you can launch the practice mode from. This shouldn't be the case, of course, so I'm gonna separate them from each other, and for that I need a main menu. Since this is still an early alpha version, I'm gonna do a very quick sketch with the idea for how the main menu will look like. So I want the layout to be simple and the buttons to be square with slightly rounded corners, the typical sports game menu layout. The career/season/GM mode that is going to be the main game mode in BB2 will be bigger than all the other buttons, which I still have to figure out what they will be. Then on the left side I might leave some negative space or possibly have a big button where you can directly access your player from. I'm not actually sure and I should probably start tomorrow morning off by figuring out what I actually need to include in the menu. But right now I'm off to bed. Well, this morning I didn't take my own advice to finish planning out the menu. Instead I jumped straight to prototyping it directly inside of Unity. Up until as recently as Gladiopers, I've been making my own UI, which was a mess to keep track of. But ever since switching over to Unity's UI system, it's been so much easier to get things done. Alright, this is what I've got so far. Now I'm gonna spend the rest of the day chipping away at the menus and tie them all together and connect them through code. So I want to stress that this is all very much a work in progress. I'm actually a bit reluctant to release a new alpha version with things looking like this, but I've made a little text box here explaining that it's all a work in progress. The customization menu is more or less what it was before, but I've had to make a new menu for the practice mode. I really have no idea what these menus need right now, but it does feel good to have begun working on them at least, even though they're far from done. Also, Adam pointed out in the last devlog that there isn't a traveling rule in the game yet, which obviously there will be eventually. I'm just very far right now from implementing any rules in the game, but rest assured there will be rules. However, I've gone ahead and made it so that the player with the ball now dribbles while standing still as well, so it looks a bit better, I guess. I've also made it so that you can't switch controls over to your teammate, because there's still some things that I need to work out there. So for now, you just control one player. For this version, I think I'm gonna try and see how it is to make the buttons act as a suggestion for your teammate. So either a command like pass me the ball or take a shot. So the way it will work is the computer player chases the ball if it's on his half of the court and not in the player's possession. Then when he has picked the ball up, he just waits for the player input to perform an action. I'll make a temporary CPU player script now, but in a future video I'm gonna go more in depth when I've figured out how to best structure the code and everything. After a few issues with the CPU player, it now functions correctly. They'll pick the ball up and you can tell them what to do and they'll do it. I made a new icon as well because the old one was just horrible. Of course, this one is temporary too. Now there are a few things left to do, but that's all I'm able to cram into this video. I think it will probably take a few more days or a week before this alpha version is released. I'll announce it on Discord and in a comment down below this video, so keep your eyes open for that. Thank you so much for watching and for the support over the past few months, and I'll see you in a while with hopefully a lot of new stuff to show you. Bye bye.